Welcome back. According to the National Center for Drug Abuse Statistics, over 96,700 people die from drug overdoses in a year. However, with life-saving care and medicine like naloxone, which is more commonly referred to as narcan, this number could decrease. Siena College's Health Promotions Department is doing their part to combat the issues of drug abuse. While Siena's campus crime statistics show no drug law arrests over the campus from the past 3 years, the surrounding area has shown that the Albany County opioid overdose death rate was higher than the rest of the state. Today we have Cathy Dockum, the Associate Director of Health Promotion, to talk more on Siena's new Narcan housing unit in the SSU. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me, Katie.
Of course. So just to start off, can you explain why you think it's important for Siena College to address drug abuse issues if there haven't been any drug-related arrests here on campus?
Great question. So with the absence of reported arrests, doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't some sort of drug abuse happening in our larger community or here on campus. So having Narcan on campus, it's a life-saving resource. It's just another way that we can be proactive, we can preach harm reduction, and really just keep our Siena community safe. So Narcan now, it's a lot different than it was, a couple decades ago. You'll go out to communities, Narcan housing units are in libraries, community centers, a lot of other college campuses and universities across the state now have them. And so we were reached out by the Albany County Department of Health, and they said they have this Narcan housing unit, and we really wanted to take advantage of that opportunity to be able to install that. Again, just knowing that if we have access to this life-saving resource, we want to make it available to our Siena students, and we want to be able to educate them on how to use it. Hopefully they never have to, but again, it's just another resource, another tool that we can provide the Siena students.
Of course. And how does your department, the Health Promotions Department, educate students about the risks of drug abuse?
Sure. We do a lot of different ways. So we partner with different entities, organizations, and clubs across campus. So for example, this past Monday, November 18th, one of our nursing 410 classes identified that they wanted to do a wellness table addressing alcohol education, drug education, and also helping us let students know about the Narcan box on campus. So they tabled for a couple hours in the Sarah's Student Union. They reached over 130 students in one opportunity to be able to spread some information. So those are great examples. We also, through my office, have the ability to meet one-on-one with students. So a lot of times I'll meet with students who refer themselves. They may have some concerns about how much they're drinking or how much they're utilizing different substances, and I can sit down with them. We can use some educational tools to take a look at their history, their current use, and talk a lot about what different resources are available to them on campus and off campus.
And just so students know, where are you guys located?
That's a great question. Yes, so we are actually, our office moved over the summer. Okay. We are located in the basement of Foy Hall, right next to the counseling center. So technically it's Foy Hall 109A. And our door, I do try to keep our door open as much as possible, but my email is a great way to be able to contact us. We also have an Instagram account where we post about upcoming trainings, educational information sessions around this topic area, and you can follow us at Healthy Saints on Instagram. And so, for example, we just had last Friday, we had a trainer come in and offer a Narcan training. So we were able to train 12 Siena community members, faculty, students, and different staff on how to be able to use Narcan. And again, just as another way to be able to help support and educate folks on campus about this life-saving resource.
So I'm sure a lot of people don't really know how to use Narcan. Would you mind kind of just giving us a step-by-step demonstration of how to use it?
So as a reminder, the Narcan housing unit that we have is located in SSU right next to the Key Bank ATM. And the housing unit holds 8 of these boxes. In each box, you receive 2 of these nasal dispensary tools, Narcan units. And so the first thing you want to make sure that you only utilize this on someone who is not responding. You see someone, you suspect it may be an overdose, and you try to revive them, they're not being responsive. The first thing you want to do is obviously contact, if you're off campus, 911. If you're on campus and you're utilizing this, you want to make sure you call the public safety 24/7 number. And it's very easy to utilize. This is just a little demo kit. So you pull it out, you assess that they're not responding, you roll them onto their back, and you take this and put it up a nostril, and then just plunge this little button down here, and that will administer 1 dose of Narcan. You do that, they are not responding, you wait 1 to 2 minutes, you can re-administer another dose of Narcan. At that point, hopefully that public safety has arrived, 911 is there, you really need to kind of, be able to update them on the situation. They may have to unfortunately start CPR. Perhaps at that point the Narcan has hopefully worked and that person is kind of coming back to consciousness, but at that point you'll have 911 first responders to be able to help kind of guide you through that. And so each box also has step-by-step directions. So if you're in the moment and you can't remember, it's clearly labeled there. There's also going to be some additional upcoming trainings that we'll supply or have on campus in the spring as well. So,
great,
yeah.
Thank you. And just one last question. How does this effort through Siena help the surrounding community?
Sure. Well, Siena students are part of the local community. They're out there doing internships, they're working, they're volunteering. And so I think by educating and empowering our students with this kind of life-saving tool and the ability for us to talk about the risk of drug abuse, we're hopefully informing Siena students on how to be able to live a healthy, fulfilling life, which will ultimately help them become really contributing, partners of their community. And but by carrying Narcan as well and being educated in how to utilize it, a Siena student very much in the work that they do in the community may someday save the life of someone who has overdosed. So. Again, we hope that no one ever has to use it. But if you do carry this with you, I carry it with me now everywhere I go, and you may have to. You can really save a life someday. And so we just want to continue to educate students about its availability and upcoming trainings on how to use it. And there's a bunch of resources through our health promotion office. If you ever have any follow-up questions or any concerns, we can always help students get connected to on and off-campus resources.
Thank you so much. This is seriously so amazing, and I'm so glad Siena is now offering this.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah.